Let's begin with Pranam Mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Okay, let's do the Pranam. Mangalacharan prayers together. Om Ajnanatimirandasya
Nandasya Jnananjana
ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं
Chakshuruन्मिलितं
येन
येन
तस्मै
तस्मै
श्रीगुरवे
श्रीगुरुवे
नमः।
नमः।
श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं
श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं
स्थापितं येन
स्थापितं
भूतले
भूतले
स्वयं
स्वयं
रूपा कदा
कदा
मह्यं ददाति
ददाति
स्वपदान्तिकम्।
पदान्तिकम्।
वन्देऽहं
वन्द्यं
श्रीगुरो
श्रीगुरुपदकमलं
श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं
श्रीरूपं
साग्रजातं
साग्रजातं
सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं
रघुनाथान्वितं
तं
तं
सजीवं
सजीवं
साद्वैतं
साग्रे
सावधूतं
सावधूतं
परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं
कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं
श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां
श्रीराधापादान्
सहगण ललिता
जगन्नाथ
श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण
हे
करुणा
कृष्ण
सिन्धु
करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु
दीनबन्धो जगत्पते
जगत्पते
गोपेश
गोपेश
गोपिका
गोपिका
कान्त
कान्त
श्रीराधा
राधाकान्त
कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्त काञ्चन
सत्यं
गौराङ्गी राधे
राधे
वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते
वृषभानुसुते
देवी
देवी
प्रणमामि
प्रणमामि
हरिप्रिये
हरिप्रिये
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा
कृपा
सिन्धुभ्य एव
सिन्धुभ्य
च
एव च
पतितानां
पतितानां
पावनेभ्यो
पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमः।
नमो नमः।
नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय
कृष्णकृष्णाय
भूतले
भूतले
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त
भक्तिवेदान्त
स्वामिनिति
स्वामी
नामिने
नामिने
नमस्ते सारस्वते
सारस्वते
देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
गौरवाणी
निर्विशेष शून्यवादी
निर्विशेषशून्यवादी
पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे
सत्यदेशतारिणे
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
चैतन्य
प्रभु नित्यानंद
आनन्द
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
गदाधर श्रीवासादि
श्रीवासादि
गौरभक्तवृन्द
गौरभक्तवृंद हरे
हरे
कृष्णा
कृष्ण 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 हरे
कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे हरे
हरे
राम
राम
हरे
राम
राम राम
हरे
राम हरे हरे श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय हरे कृष्ण. So Lord Balaram's appearance day, which is also Raksha Bandhan, we celebrate. It is also called as Balaram Purnima. So which was here on Friday. So we celebrated that, and Balaram, because there is no difference between Krishna and Balaram. Prabhupada said that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, Swayam Bhagavan, and Balaram is supreme personality of servitor Godhead. So he's a serving God. Krishna is the enjoyer God, and Balaram is serving God. Krishna and Balaram, they always appear together. So Balaram always appears and is always serving Krishna in all his leelas, all his pastimes. So Balaram is Krishna's Swamsha avatar, very first incarnation. The first incarnation is also called as Baldev, Balaram, Sankarshan, Shesh, Ananta Shesh. So Balaram is Krishna's very first incarnation or Swamsha, and that it is said that they two are non-different. Actually, let me share my screen. My sharing. There are a couple of verses from Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela. So here, when Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describes Nityananda Prabhu, who is Balram himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, and Nityananda Prabhu is Balram. So before glorifying, he describes about who is Balram. So here he says, Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Tahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balarama. So Krishna is Sarva Avatari and he is Swayam Bhagavan. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the Adi Purush. He is even origin of all the Vishnu Tattvas, all the Vishnus. So he is fountainhead of all the incarnations, Sarva Avatari. And Tahara Dvitiya Deha. So his second body. So the immediate expansion of Krishna, the very first expansion is Sri Balaram. And then there is no difference between the two actually. There are very small differences. So first one, as we described earlier, Krishna comes in enjoyer mood. He's eternal enjoyer. Bhoktaram Yagnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He says in the Bhagavad Gita. And Balram is always in service mode of Krishna. So he's Adi Guru. He is the original spiritual master. He's also called as Guru Tattva. So Guru or spiritual master, what we have is representative of Balaram. Balaram is also called as Chaitya Guru. And he is ever ready to serve Krishna in all different capacities. And he also engages others in Krishna's service. So he teaches us how to serve Krishna, and he's always serving Krishna. That's why he always appears in the pastime of Lord Ramchandra. He appeared as Lakshman. But that time when he appeared as Lakshman, as his younger brother, he was so pained. He was by suffering of Lord Ramchandra that he said, next time when I come, I want to come as your older brother, because then I can protect you a little more. So even in the incarnation as Lord Ramchandra, when Lord Ramchandra, Sita and Lakshman were in the exile for 14 years. So every time they were going through forest, Lakshman will always clean the path of Mother Sita and Lord Ramchandra. So, and it is said that for those 14 years, Lakshman never ever slept. He was always protecting and giving all the service to Sita Devi and Lord Ramchandra. So he's ever ready to serve. But there are few occasions when he saw that Lord Ramchandra suffered and he couldn't do anything. And that's why he said that next time I will come as older brother. And then when Krishna himself appeared, he appears in one day of Brahma once. So that time Lord Balaram appeared. And so here, why does he appear then? So the next verse, Krishna Das Kavidas Goswami writes that Ekai Swarupadoni, that both are same, both are one and the same. Ekai Swarupa. Bhinna Matra Kaya, but their complexion is different. Krishna is blackish, like a monsoon red cloud, and Balram is white or fair in complexion. So he is like a spring cloud, Vasanta Rutu cloud, shining Vasanta Rutu cloud. And Adya Kaya Vyuha Krishna Lilarasaya. Adya means very first. He is the original incarnation of Krishna. Adya Kaya Vyuha. So he is even the origin of the first Chaturvyuha. So from Krishna comes Balaram, and from Balaram comes first Chaturvyuha, that is Sankarshan, Aniruddha, Vasudeva, and Pradyumna. So this is first Chaturvyuha. There are two quadruples that come. Then afterwards comes Narayan from that Sankarshan, and then comes another Chaturvyuha. And from that Sankarshan comes then all these Karanodakshai Vishnu, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and Shirodakshai Vishnu, all those details. So these are the other expansions, but Balram is the very first Adya Kaya Vyuha. And what does he do? Why does he come? Krishna Leelarasaya. To Sahaya means assist Krishna in his different pastimes, different Leela. So if you see in the 10th canto, Dhavya Skanda of Srimad Bhagavatam, there are 90 chapters. And there are many Leelas Krishna performs, and they are broadly classified into three different categories. So, first 11 years is in Vrindavan Leela, from Krishna's appearance until he goes to Mathura to kill Kamsa. So, it is about 11 years of age. Then, from there, next 18 years or so is in Mathura, and then the remaining 90 years or so is in Dwarka. So there are many different personalities who are part of different leelas of Krishna in these all three. So some personalities are part of his Vrindavan Leela, some are part of his Mathura Leela, and some are part of his Dwarka Leela. But if you see, Balram is part of all the three Leelas every time. He is always there present with Krishna. And also we see that in the devotional service in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, in introduction, Prabhupada explains that when we perform bhakti of Krishna, in the devotee of Krishna, there are 5 primary rasas: Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. So Shanta ras is a neutral ras where it is of awe and reverence, that we think, oh, God is great, that's why I am doing his devotional service, I am his bhakta. Then the second one is better, including that includes the previous one, is Dasya. Hanumanji is the best example of Dasya ras. He dedicated his whole life just serving Lord Ramchandra. And then the next one is Sakhya ras. Arjun is one of the best examples of Sakhya ras as in a friendly mode serving, where they are kind of at equal level as a friend, but you are still serving. And then the next one is Vatsalya, where Devaki Vasudha or Yashodananda Maharaj, where you have a protective love. You want to protect Krishna. You accept him as your son. And the affection is like parental affection, Vatsalya ras. And then the topmost is called as Madhurya ras, in which there is a revelation as a lover, where you, and in that you, all the other rasas are included. So all the gopis, and particularly the topmost gopik is Radhā-Rañjana. She is in that mode. But Balaram serves Krishna in all 5 rasas. So in the Shanta ras, he becomes his bed, his umbrella, his chat, sleepers, everything. That's Ananta Shesh. He is always his bed. And even in otherwise, the all the paraphernalia that is provided for Krishna to in his pastime, that Balaram expands into that. So that way he's serving Krishna in the Shantaras. In Dasyaras, he's always ready to serve him. When Krishna and Balaram, they used to play in the forest, Vrindavan forest, with the other cowherd boys. Whenever Krishna is tired, Balaram will massage his feet and give him service. He's always ever ready to serve him in the Dasya Bhav. Then as a friend, he was always playing with Krishna because they were both of the same age. Both of them were same age. We can discuss that later. With their friends, whenever they went to forest for grazing cows, with all the cowherd boys, the Gopals, and then they had all friendly affection. And in friendly mood, he also used to tease Krishna. So, because in friendship, you tease, that is the love you show in a friendship way. There is one pastime when Surdaji sings a very beautiful version, if you remember, that Balram teases Krishna as Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj are not your real parents. You are their adopted son. Just to tease him. Because they both are very fair in complexion and you are black. How can you be their son? And then Krishna goes crying to Mother Yashoda, and then that's where Surdaji writes that very sweet version, I think in one of the movies that is there. why am I black? And then Yashoda kind of consoles him that you were born in a black night, dark night. That's why you are black. So
यशोमती मैया से बोले
हाँ,
नंदलाला,
yeah.
राधा क्यों गोरी मैं क्यों काला.
So that's
Hmm.
Surdas's version. So I think Bollywood changed that. But that's where Krishna cries, and then so this way Balram will also tease him in a friendly way. Then, as an older brother, he also had a protecting love for Krishna. He would always be in a protecting mode as a older brother. He will always be protecting Krishna from different things. And in the Madhurya mode, Balram expands in one of the gopis. Actually, she's Ananga Manjiri, and he takes part in Krishna's Ras Leela in the Madhurya Ras. So Balram, and she's actually sister of Radhika, Radha-Rani. So Balram is the close associate who participates or whose devotion is in all five rasas. So that is Balram. And that Balram Purnima is the same Narali Purnima what we celebrate. That is the day of appearance of Balram. And these two lords, when they appear, everything about them is transcendental. We cannot comprehend how they appear or what their pastimes are. They are beyond material conception, because material conception works under the control of Prakriti or Mother Nature, which is Krishna's Maya. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Maya Dhakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam Hetunanena Kaunteya Jagat Parivartite. This Maya, Yoga Maya, works under control of Krishna, and Krishna dictates what Maya is supposed to do for him. So their appearance is very, very transcendental. It's Divya, the way they appeared in the womb of Mother Devaki. So there are so many different backstories to feed into that before even their appearance. So if you know, Krishna was Mother Devaki's eighth child and Balram's seventh. And before them, six boys were born. So these six boys, actually, they have a very backstory. They were sons of uh, a sage Marichi. Marichi, who is the Manasputra of Lord Brahma. And once when Brahmaji did some mistake, that Brahmaji got attracted to one of his daughters named Vak, who is also Saraswati. And then his sons all consoled him, and then they told him, Father, what are you doing? This doesn't look for you. And then he realized his mistake, and he gave up his body and he took another body just for a purification purpose. So because that body was contaminated by the thought like that, so he gave up that body and got another body. But that time, Marichi's all these six sons, and these six are actually, it is said that they are Shadavikar, Kam, Krodh, Moha, Mad, Matsarya, Lobha. So they laughed at Brahmaji, and Brahmaji saw that, and then he cursed them that you will be eventually killed by your own father. So afterwards, they were born as sons of Kalanemi. There is a demon called Kalanemi. He is the son of Hiranyaksha. If you know Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. So when Hiranyaksha was killed by Varahadev, and then the sons, for some reason, they were worshipping Brahma for something. And Hiranyakashipu, even though he got born from Brahmaji, he was considering himself as a god, because he got the biggest life insurance ever anybody can get. He cannot be killed by any of the created being, by not any animal, human being, Rakshas, Devata, anybody. Not by any weapon, not by any animal, not in the day, not in the night, not in the water, not on the land, not in the sky. All kinds of boon he got. So he was considering himself as God, and he said that everybody should worship me. So when he saw these six boys were worshipping someone else, he cursed them also again, that you rascals, you will be killed by your own father. So then they eventually, what happened is how this all karma and permutation combination was. The Kalanemi, that who was their father, he is born afterwards as Kamsa to Maharaj Ugrasen. And these 6 boys, his sons, they appeared in the womb of Devaki. And eventually they were killed by their father in the previous life, who was Kalanemi. So Kamsa killed them, but not when he was their father, but eventually because he was in one time their father. So they were killed. All these Devaki's sons were killed by Kamsa. So that prophecy became true. So all these permutation combinations, God is already taking care of. We don't understand this. This is beyond our conception. But imagine all these Shadripus appeared in the womb of Mother Devaki. So what Balram does, before Krishna appears, he makes everything auspicious. So that's why he entered in the womb of Mother Devaki first, to make sure that it is auspicious so that Krishna can come. Because Krishna, being completely pure, okay, it's my hand. If I say hand, it's hand raising here. I didn't mean that. So Krishna, being completely pure, he doesn't participate in any contaminated place, or everywhere he goes, it becomes auspicious. But Lord Balaram, his first expansion, he appeared in the womb of Mother Devaki to make that place auspicious for the appearance of Krishna. So when she was like about 8 months or so pregnant, Krishna ordered Yogamaya to transfer Balram into the womb of another wife of Vasudeva. Vasudeva had 11 wives. Devaki was one of them. And his other wives were living in Gokul with Nanda Maharaj, under the protection of Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj and Kamsa, Vasudeva were cousins. Cousins means their fathers were cousins and their grandfather was one. Their grandfather had one wife from Kshatriya family, one wife from Vaishya family. So the family tree from Vaishya, in which Nanda Maharaj appears. So he was Vaishya by nature. Farming, cow protection is the duty of Vaishya. Krishi Goraksha Vanijjam. And Vasudev appeared in the family tree from that grandfather in the Kshatriya or Kshatrani. But they were cousins and they were very nice, close to each other. So that's why Vasudev's other wives were, while he and Devaki were in the prison house of Kamsa, these other wives were in the under protection of Nanda Maharaj in Gokul. So Yogamaya, Krishna ordered Yogamaya to transfer Balram from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb. And then Krishna immediately entered first in Vasudev's mind, and from Vasudev's mind he entered into Devaki's heart, and from Devaki's heart he entered into Devaki's womb. And he was born. Now, from medical perspective, somebody may argue how it is possible that Balram is only about 8 days older than Krishna. So how is it possible? So this is all Divya. That's why it is said that we cannot understand how Krishna Lila works. So Krishna appeared like that. And then when he appeared in front of Devaki and Vasudeva, in our language, when we call it as born, he appeared as a four-handed form of Vishnu as a baby, with full ornaments, long hair, holding Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, kirit on his head, all the golden necklaces, everything, Pitambar, all his golden anklets, then his belt, golden belt, everything fully ornamented. That's how he appeared in front of Mother Devaki and Vasudeva. And the very first thing they did was offered him prayers. And then why he appeared like that? There is reasoning that is given, that because he wanted to tell Devaki and Vasudeva that he appeared in their womb because they had asked for this boon. And they had and then he had given them or granted that boon for 3 times. Tathastu, Tathastu, Tathastu. And that's why he appeared in their womb 3 times. And then he reminds them that first, when he appeared, when Vasudeva and Devaki were Prishni and Sutapa. And that's where his name was Krishni Garbha. That is one of the incarnations of Vishnu. Then second time he appeared in the womb, then when he was Kashyap and Aditi as Vaman Dev, Vamana Avatar, or Upendra. He's also known as Upendra. And this is the third time he is coming because he has granted them 3 times this boon. So they worship him. So their love for Krishna is in awe and reverence. So the motherly love is Vatsalya bhav of control that mother generally has for her son is not there. It is a respect. And then she kind of requests Krishna that, oh, Kamsa, if he knows that you are a 400 form, it will be easy for him to identify and he will kill you. So please be a normal child. And then he takes his original 2-handed Shamasundar form. And then he instructs Vasudeva that go to Gokul. There is a baby girl that is born to Yashoda. So take me there and bring that girl and leave me there. And then all his shackles are opened and all the soldiers or the guardians of the jail, they go to sleep. And then eventually Vasudeva takes him to Gokul and he leaves that Krishna to Mother Yashoda and brings her the baby. Now, the Acharyas say that there was actually Mother Yashoda gave birth to twins that time. And the original Krishna was born to Mother Yashoda and Yogamaya also appeared to her. And when Vasudev left the Vasudeva Krishna there, this Vrindavan Krishna and Vasudeva Krishna merged. So, original mother of Krishna is Mother Yashoda. And she's Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj are his eternal parents. Even in the spiritual world, eternally, they are serving him in a parental affection, in the Vatsalya Ras. And then Balram, not Balram, Vasudev brings that baby girl and eventually comes and knows about that a child is born to Devaki, and then she pleads that, please, this is a girl. It was said that there will be a boy who will kill you, my 8th child. But Kamsa has no mercy, and then he tries to kill that girl, and then she slips from his hands and appeared in her 8-handed forms as Mother Durga, and then tells him, what does she say? That the child who is going to kill is born somewhere else, not born here and transferred. Mother Durga would not lie. So Krishna actually born in Gokul to Mother Yashoda. And then Vasudev Krishna and Vrindavan Krishna, they kind of merged, and then there are different pastimes they played. So just like when Krishna appeared, Mother Devaki and Vasudev offered prayers. So they had a respectful reverence. The relationship was of awe and reverence, greatness of God. But Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj are like, Mother Yashoda would beat Krishna. That's the real parental love. She had no idea, or she doesn't care if he's Supreme Personality of Godhead or Bhagwan himself. No. All she cares is he is my young child. I have to protect him and I have to correct him. So that's the motherly love that Mother Yashoda has for Krishna. And that's why Balram and Krishna are of the same age. They are not even 1 year apart, just few days apart. In some places, acharyas say that they are 15 days, but I don't know how these work. But if you see Balram appearance and Krishna Janmashtami, there is 8 days difference. Purnima and Ashtami. So, and these two boys, they grew together and they perform many different pastimes. So this is all transcendental. It's beyond our conception how the Supreme Lord decides to appear and perform these pastimes. So this is their appearance, and that's what we will be celebrating. We celebrated Balaram Jayanti a couple of days ago, and then we will celebrate Krishna Janmashtami next Saturday here. And Balaram is Adi Guru, as we described. He is the Supreme Lord. He is also Bhagwan, but Bhagwan in servitor mode. He is the original Guru, and he teaches us how to serve Krishna. And that's how we need to get protection, or we need to worship, offer prayers to Balaram before offering prayers to Krishna. Because without mercy of Guru, we cannot even know who Krishna is. We cannot even know who God is. As I think the famous doha of Kabirji, he says that Guru Govind dono khade kaake lagu pao, balihari Guru aapne Govind diyo bataye. Guru and Govinda, Krishna and Guru, both are standing in front of me. Whom should I offer my obeisances? Whom should I worship first? And then he himself answers that Balihari Guru Apane, I need to worship you first, because without you, I wouldn't know who is Govinda. So, how can I even reach Govinda without your mercy? Or even there is a very beautiful shloka in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes, Brahmande Bhamite Kono Bhagyavan Jeevai, Guru Krishna Krapa Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. So, Brahmande, in this whole Brahmanda, these jivas are very, very rare. Kono bhagyavan jiv, very fortunate jiv, a very fortunate person who gets mercy of Guru, who is representative of Lord Balram. And by his mercy, then he gets mercy of Lord Sri Krishna. And then Guru is the one who plants the seed of bhakti in his heart. Brahmande Brahmite, Kono bhagyavan jiv, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij, the lata of bhakti that grows by watering it with our japa, watering it with our chanting and service. So that seed, one can get a very rare soul, very fortunate soul in this whole Brahmanda. He can get only by mercy of Guru and Krishna. So that's why Guru is considered very, very important in our life. As we recite in the Mangalacharan prayers, Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya, that we are all in the darkness of ignorance here. Ajnanatimira andasya. We are blinded, andha, by this darkness of ignorance. When we say blinded, spiritually we are blinded. We don't know who we are. We don't know what our relationship with Krishna is. We don't know why we are even here. What am I doing here? But Jnana Anjana Shalakaya, but Guru is that personality who opens our eyes by ointment. He adds that ointment, Anjana, in our eyes and opens our eyes with Jnana. Chakshur Unmilitam Yena. Tasmai Shri Guru Nama. That's why Guru is very important. And that Guru or Adi Guru is Balaram. And that's why it is very, very important for us to worship Balaram before Krishna. Prabhupada was once asked that, Srila Prabhupada, you opened so many temples worldwide, and most of them are Radha Krishna deities. But in Vrindavan, the temple you open has deities of Krishna Balaram Mandir. ISKCON Mandir in Vrindavan has deities of Krishna and Balaram. So Prabhupada gave a very beautiful answer. Prabhupada said that Lord Sri Krishna gives us jnana, knowledge, in the form of Bhagavad Gita and otherwise, through medium of Arjuna. So he gives us knowledge, all the theoretical knowledge. But Lord Balaram gives us strength, bala, to use and apply that knowledge in our life. Without that strength, we cannot apply the knowledge given by Krishna in our life. And he's also Ram, Ramante Yogine Onante, Satyanande Chidatmani, Iti Ramapadena so Param Brahma Vidiyate. That is Ram. Krishna is Ram himself. That is Balaram, original Ram. So Ram is the one who gives us pleasure, who gives us bliss, who gives us anand. And unless one experiences some anand on the path of bhakti, he can give up bhakti then. So Balaram gives us strength, spiritual strength, bal, as well as anand, so that we can continue on the path of bhakti and apply that knowledge that Krishna gives in our life. And that's why Prabhupada said that I opened that temple of Krishna Balaram in Vrindavan. And then he was also once asked, who is stronger between Krishna and Balaram? So obviously devotee said Balaram because his name has Bal. Then Srila Prabhupada pointed to the deities in the temple. And then there are so many photos that we have. And he says, look how Balaram is standing. So actually the deity of Balaram, and in the photos if you see, Balaram is standing with his hand on the shoulder of Krishna. So even though Balaram is powerful, but he's resting on Krishna's shoulders. So he gets strength from Krishna. Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. So Krishna is stronger, but Balaram is the one who gives us strength, but he gets that strength from Lord Sri Krishna. So these are the two lords. They are non-different as we described. They have subtle differences in their complexion, their garments. Krishna wears yellow dhoti, pitambar, and Balaram wears bluish color dhoti. Krishna plays flute, his favorite instrument, which is also expansion of Balaram, because Balaram becomes everything that Krishna wants. And Balaram plays buffalo horn. Krishna's weapon is Sudarshan Chakra, and Balaram's is mace and plow, nangar. So these are some small differences, but Krishna and Balaram are non-different. They are the same Supreme Personality of Godhead. One is the Supreme Enjoyer Lord, and one is Supreme Servitor Lord. But first we have to take shelter of the Servitor Lord, who can show us how to serve Krishna. So many beautiful pastimes and so many sweet narrations we have in our scriptures. They're very sweet. So I think I'll stop here and we can take some reflections. But I just thought I'll just share some thoughts about Lord Krishna and Balaram's appearance day, because we are kind of in the middle of both. We just passed Balaram Purnima and we are kind of awaiting Krishna Janmashtami, Gokulashtami in few days. So these are very auspicious days for us Vaishnavas. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any thoughts, Prabhuji?
हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण. त्याला कृष्ण आणि बलरामाची खूप कमी देवळं बरोबर आहेत त्याला. त्यातलं एक कुंभकोणमला आहे, नचियार स्वामी नचियारामन टेम्पल म्हणून त्याला. त्याच्यामध्ये हे सगळे म्हणजे कृष्ण, बलराम असं बरोबर हे तिथे आहे. त्याला ते सोडलं त्याला तर दुसरं बलराम आणि कृष्णाचं असं देऊळ कुठे कुठे आहे त्याला ते माहिती नाही, पण खूप कमी देवळ आहेत बहुधा कृष्ण आणि बलराम.
वृंदावन मध्ये प्रभुपादांनी जे कृष्ण इस्कॉनचं मंदिर आहे तिथे कृष्ण बलराम डीटी आहे.
ओके ओके ओके.
पण हे सगळे डिफरंट पास्ट टाइम्स, म्हणजे आय हॅड टू स्किप सम lineage and everything. There is so many things that starts from Yayati and before even that, how all these dynasties where Krishna appeared in the Yadu family, Yadavas. So all these maybe some other day we can discuss, but it's very nice to hear that, and these are given in our scriptures very beautifully. In Srimad Bhagavatam, these all family lineages are given. Starting from Brahma, there are so many. There are two main dynasties, one starting from sun, Surya Vamsha, and one starting from moon god, Chandra Vamsha. So in the Surya Vamsha, Krishna appears as Lord Ramchandra, and in Chandra Vamsha or Yadu family, Krishna appears as Krishna himself. But yeah, beautiful pastimes. Any other thoughts you want to share, Prabhu? Not, I think we'll stop here today. Thank you very much.